If any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here's the patience and the faith of the
I have no
saints.
love for police, cause I can't trust the police. Not the way they kill my brothers in the streets. I pray the Most High have mercy on me while he cursed that wicked beast. Yeah, I cursed that wicked beast for shedding innocent blood in the streets. Sword for sword, eye for eye to the beast. I pray the Messiah return so we can get vengeance on our enemies. I pray the Most High have mercy on me. Forgive me for my sin, the ones I do and don't see. These crooked police, the way they killing Hebrews, leave us dead in the streets. No cover, no sheet, no rest, no peace. We survive every day in the belly of the beast. How would they feel if Lil Billy never made it home to eat? Or they mothers dressed in black with tears rolling off her cheek. You gon' reap what you sow, and you know your wicked heart turned cold till it froze. There's a moral of the story, this is how it goes. The Messiah's returning for your blood and your soul. I have no love for police, cause I can't trust the police. Not the way they kill my brothers in the streets. I pray the Most High have mercy on me while he cursed that wicked beast. Yeah, I cursed that wicked beast for shedding innocent blood in the streets. Sword for sword, eye for eye to the beast. I pray the Messiah return so we can get vengeance on our enemies. The prosecutor and the judge, to all the wicked ones that hold that grudge, the same one that Esau held with Jacob. Christ said, for his sake the whole world gon' hate ya. The mayor and the government, the people and the immigrants, from lawmakers to that wretched ass president. Seem like they done made the call to go ahead and kill us all. Hold on, Zion, be strong, cause we ain't got long in these last days. So repent and try to turn from your wicked ways. I know one thing, the enemy gets slain for everything that he did to the children of the slaves. I have no love for police, cause I can't trust the police. Not the way they kill my brothers in the streets. I pray the Most High have mercy on me while he cursed that wicked beast. Yeah, I cursed that wicked beast for shedding innocent blood in the streets. Sword for sword, eye for eye to the beast. I pray the Messiah return so we can get vengeance on our enemies.
You think you got away with it in this world, but it's a price to pay in the world to come. Know that. Everything you did, you gon' get back 1,000 times.
No,
Shalom, shalom.
It's all the way up. Okay. Shalom, Zion.
Look. You got a shadow on the back, but I don't see where it's dark. If anything, I'm darker. Shalom, shalom, Zion.
I said mine already. I forgot.
I guess so.
Shalom, Zion. All praise to the Most High for another Sabbath. It's an honor to be able to have these Bible studies or these lives with y'all to talk about current events, what's been going on.
Right. Shout out to Linzel. Shout out to Rye. Brother Huey, appreciate y'all for showing up again. Y'all never let us down, man.
That's right.
All
That's
praise
right.
to the Most High.
We love getting with you brothers and talking about the end times, because a lot of people shy away from that topic.
Exactly.
A lot of
they
people
do.
don't want to talk about current events in the end times, I think, because it scares them.
Right. Even Bruce, that's awoke. Don't want to talk about it.
Man, in these last days, sometimes you know how you look for something to watch, and some of the stuff they be talking about, I be like, now? This is the end times. If you ain't talking about prophecy, what's going on with the different nations, Babylon, like, I don't really know what you're talking about, because I don't want to call nobody out, but some topics, you looking at, you like, this ain't edifying us. We living in the last days. We need our faith built up. We need scripture, and we need to be more vigilant about things that's going on in the earth.
Exactly. But and y'all know, it's been a lot of stuff going on.
Man, this week news cycle, as in the last couple of days, I am shocked. I can't, even though I don't doubt nothing that the book, that our book says, but I can't believe what just went down.
Yeah, I mean, it's getting,
It's unprecedented. When has an American president went against Israel?
Right. Yeah,
When?
that's that right there. When I seen that, I kept looking at different sources, and how, because they can put out anything and
Yeah.
mislead you. But I mean, they've been talking about this shit on every goddamn channel.
Yeah, it's legit.
Yeah, it's legit. It is. Now, is it something to throw us off? It might be.
I didn't think about that.
They might, you know what I'm saying? Because it's sometimes these presidents say some stuff like, we're not going to do this for Israel, or we're not going to, we ain't going to let them do this. We want a ceasefire and all that stuff. But then at the end, Netanyahu, he come up like, I'm the boss. I'm the big bad wolf around here and shit. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
So,
I was thinking more so like, could Trump beefing with Netanyahu, saying he's not going to support Israel, leaving them on their own? Could this be the scriptures that talk about like everybody being against Babylon?
hey, let's hope so. You know
Because
what
I'm
I'm saying?
sure he's not happy
Right.
about Trump. Trump just making enemies everywhere.
Right, but I feel like it's gonna be some. If anything, though, coming from Israel, coming from Netanyahu, I feel like it's gonna be some undercut stuff. It's not gonna be deliberately in his face, like, it's gonna be some undercuts.
Like stab him in the back.
Yeah, some sabotages. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. I don't think it's gonna be like, directly to his face. You know what I'm
I
saying?
don't know what to think because it's so new. Like nobody has
Yeah.
ever took this type of stance against them. Usually, whatever Israel want, they get a blank check cut
Right.
to them. Whatever military might, whatever anything. Remember, we was talking about. I'm like, didn't they just do the Abraham Accord?
They did that in his first run. They
And
did.
then he named
Israel,
Jerusalem
what was it?
the
State-
capital,
capital,
or
yes, the
something.
capital,
Like
capital.
previously, he was on their team. So
Right.
why the switch up all of a sudden?
Exactly.
Because Hamas said it was gonna be a ceasefire and to stop bombing them, and Trump like, we gonna get them a chance. All right, we gonna stop bombing them, which pissed Netanyahu off because
Mm-hmm.
whatever Israel say, if they say keep bombing them, y'all supposed to do it.
Always keep bombing, exactly. But that it's another thing that Trump's supposed to be making an announcement. I don't know if you heard about that. He's supposed to be making an announcement, some big announcement and shit.
About
Monday.
Oh my God,
It's a big announcement. You know what I'm saying?
Trump is like
Oh, my
somebody
goodness, He's
said.
saying it's lagging. Ariah's saying it's lagging.
Oh, this ain't on. Should this be off?
What?
This internet. Or you
What
ain't
is it on?
Old family.
No, that ain't got nothing to do with this.
Oh, okay.
I wonder why it's lagging though,
Could
because
it be?
Linzel said it's fine on his end.
Oh.
Oh, and then Ariah said, "Oh, he behind. Catch up, Ariah. Catch up." But something about a big announcement. You know what I'm saying? He's supposed to be making. I heard a lot of that going on. And one dude, I'm just gonna throw this out here though, and this don't take this as word is bond. But some dude was like, "Oh, I know what the announcement is. He gonna announce that we made encounter with aliens." And shit. I'm
What?
like, what the hell? And I guess they came from outer space, right?
I don't know what to think about that with no receipts.
No, he ain't had no receipts. You know, it was on TikTok. You know how some of these people be on TikTok. They be goddamn
Clowning and speculating.
They-
You know, I was thinking Donald Trump is an actor. I was watching
Yeah.
some TikToks, and a clip of Sex in the City came up. You know, I used to love that show back in the day, y'all. And Trump was on an episode. And somebody had put that in the comments, like, y'all got to remember, Trump is an actor. Remember, he was on wrestling. He had his own reality show. Remember, You're Fired.
Right.
He had Who Want to Be an Apprentice or something like that. Like, Trump is an actor. So it just reminded me when I saw that, because he was literally on an episode of Sex in the City. And it's just, like, what was that other actor? Was it Carter? Somebody, a president, but they was an actor?
No, that was Reagan.
Oh, okay.
Reagan was in movies.
See, yeah. I can't take him seriously, but I'll be waiting Monday to see what he's talking about.
Right, exactly. But let's start getting into some videos as far as this whole thing with him, cutting ties.
All right.
As a part of the Saudi deal, Trump will be recognizing the state of Palestine. Yes, this is real life. A day after cutting ties with Israel, a diplomat close to President Trump has come out and said that he's planning on recognizing the Palestinian state, all to further his agenda of peace in the region. It all started with Trump's deals with Saudi Arabia whenever Israel was demanding the Saudis recognize them as a country during the U.S.-Saudi negotiations. This is whenever Trump essentially called Netanyahu and said, "Why are you involved in this?" We don't know what Netanyahu said back to the president, but we know after that phone call, communications were cut, ties were cut, and even Pete Hegseth, the Secretary of Defense, canceled his trip to Israel. Israel then responded saying they're going to defend themselves alone in the region. And then now today, 24 hours after all of that, Trump is going to recognize Palestine. Essentially, a complete 360 twist on our views in the Middle East. Within 48 hours, we went from the most pro-Israel president to the most pro-Arab president of all time. Make sure to follow me for updates on this, because this is shattering.
No, we ain't not gonna follow you. All right, I'm stuck, y'all. I'm behind now, all right. I'm stuck. Let me see. Go ahead, though, babe.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking, exactly what he said. How you go from pro-Israel for decades and decades, and president after president going over there bowing, shaking hands, and now all of a sudden you supporting Palestine. It's confusing. I don't really get it. I don't get how you think you're gonna play.
All right, we should be back. All right, there you go.
All right, y'all.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. We had to do a quick reset. But yeah, I just don't get, like, I don't trust Netanyahu like you were saying. I really think that man is a killer. I seen an interview years ago with him and Hillary Clinton, and that dude was so ruthless. So I just don't see Israel taking this land down, like you said. Like, oh, all these years we had the support of America, and now all of a sudden we don't, and it's just all good. Ain't gonna be no issue.
Right, exactly.
I don't see that happening.
And this might be, where the scripture says when they say peace, you know what I'm saying? Because that's what Trump is about. Trump, he wanted to dodge shit down. He don't want to beef. And you know what I'm
He
saying?
say
He
that,
want
but
peace,
in the next breath he'll be like, push the button.
Exactly,
All hell,
right.
we can send all hell out through
Right,
there.
exactly. But at the end of the day, he want everybody to think that,
That
he
it's
want
gonna be
peace.
peace.
But
Knowing good and well it ain't gonna be no peace.
right, but the moves he's making right now, Netanyahu, he ain't finna go for that.
No.
As much as he done bombed Gaza and he still ain't nothing left over there to bomb, and he still want to bomb.
But you know what? Remember
damn
not
it.
too long ago, now that I think about it, Trump had that plan. Remember he was supposed to build up over there, build all them luxury resorts
Exactly,
and all
right.
that stuff he was talking about building up over there. I'm thinking about the enemies he making here locally. The way they supposed to be garnishing people checks to pay the student loans.
Oh yeah,
How everybody talking about that, like America has always wanted to be all up in everybody else's business in these other countries, but there's so many problems here in the nation for example, people are furious about one president saying you ain't got your loans, we gonna forgive them, COVID, you know, especially for like the frontline workers, whatever. And then now all of a sudden, we finna garnish y'all check because we need that 1 point something trillion from student loans, as if that's gonna put, like you said, any type of debt in the deficit.
Mm-hmm. Right. And then, I mean, this is why I believe in that goddamn cartoon, you know, Trump being in the coffin. And
Simpsons.
exactly, right, because he's making so many enemies.
Yeah.
He's isolating America, you know what I'm saying, from the whole world. Like America is a laughing stock right now, you know?
Oh yeah, Linzel, we did a video on that on our other channels about the Section 8.
Yeah,
Yep.
him cutting
We-
Section 8, exactly,
Yep. You're
right.
supposed to only get 2 years max, and then the priority is supposed to be the disabled and the vets. You know, I mean, I don't know. For me, when it comes to government assistance, I guess I look at it two ways. One, people fall on hard times, people need help. And then when you get to that gray area of people being like, well, it's people manipulating the system and using it, and
I don't blame our people for doing it because they owe us
that's
so
what I was
goddamn
about
much.
to get to. Like, our
Right.
tax money pay for these programs. But then I think about, where's that energy for the politicians? They all steal too. Remember that PPP money? They
Right,
were
a lot
stealing
of
that.
them, yeah.
They stay stealing money.
They the
Like,
ones
if
who
we
got the
get
money.
deep into it, the Federal Reserve, the printing press, them just printing money. So for me, I guess I'm a little more lenient with our people get whatever crumbs they can get, because we know that the government and the politicians, once you get so high as a politician, you basically got a salary for life.
Exactly,
So
right.
I don't know with the Section 8. I don't know. It's one of the things I'm kind of indifferent, because I'm like, if you hustle in the system and you paying $100 of rent for 20 years or whatever, I guess it's to come up. But then I think long term, if I don't know if you can be on Section 8 for life, so I think about it like that. Is it handicapping you from taking care of your business to secure some type of house for you as you get older? I don't really know exactly how Section 8 works, but I know the politicians is the thieves and crooks.
I know people be on it for a long ass time, for some years.
Like
Decades.
older people, kids grown and gone, and you can still be on it.
Oh, I don't know about
See,
that.
that's the part I'm thinking about. Like, if you use it while you got kids and you plan, like you save your money, and when it's over, you go get you a house, then all right. But I don't know. Can you retire? Like, can you be on Section 8 till you like 60? I don't know.
I don't know nothing about that. But let's look at this other video pertaining to Trump and Netanyahu. Netanyahu the Jew. Or my man, hey, this dude right here, he got a name for Netanyahu. y'all gonna see it. We'll be right back.
The relationship between Donald Trump and Benjamin Dickenwatu is actually getting worse and worse. So apparently Benjamin, the Dickenwatu, was apparently manipulating Trump and his team, hence why the fallout happened between these two. However, Trump's visit to the Middle East will not include Benjamin the Dickenwatu, because he wants to make deals without Israel, and he doesn't want to connect to Israel. Now, why is this situation getting worse and worse? Because publicly, Donald Trump has started talking about Iran being a superpower, and not as a nuclear superpower. He said they cannot have nuclear weapons. They can have anything else except nuclear weapons. And he said he wants to do business with Iran. He wants to do business with the Middle East. He doesn't want to be controlled by Israel. Now, I'm not sure how this is going to work out, but I'm sure Benjamin the Dickenwatu will not accept it. So let's see how this plays out.
Hell no. Benjamin Dickenwatu was
You like that one?
because I don't know if he was trying to be funny or he just didn't know how to pronounce his
He
name.
was trying to be funny.
Because I didn't really know how to pronounce his name. I was calling him Ben, not a Jew. That's what I used to call. That's what I was calling him. But
Purposely.
right, but Netanyahu is Netanyahu. I got familiar to learn that name or whatnot. But my man called him Dickenwatu. But I don't get it though. Still Dick and Watu.
Because they don't like him. Americans is tired. A lot of the, especially the white Americans, they've been tired of America supporting Israel,
Right.
Ukraine, other countries who've had wars and conflicts. Here come America, the hammer of the earth, running to these other countries, and that's what that's about. They tired of Israel. What do Israel do for America?
Right.
So why is America supporting Israel so tough? A lot of these wannabe patriotic people is sick of that. All of the money they send over there to them. Meanwhile, your property taxes getting raised. You know,
Right.
your groceries getting raised. Your electric bill in the wintertime be sky high to heat your house. And that's why people be beefing. But the point he made in that video about Trump wanting to make deals outside of Israel. So is that what the beef is really about? He trying to
Yeah,
make deals
that's
and not
one of
bring
the
them in
things.
on it. So he ain't allowed to. Ain't that interesting?
Yeah.
He not allowed to do no deals without them benefiting some type of way.
Well, you can't go. You got to understand. Israel is the puppet master. They the ones who's running America. You know what I'm saying? All the politicians and all that stuff. I don't know if you're familiar with that, but they call the shots on what goes on in America. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, I got some information for you so you can look at where they talks about all this stuff. You know what I'm saying?
But I think it's good though, because that's what America do. America tell other countries what they can and can't do, or they gonna sanction them. So I
Right.
think it's almost like reaping what you sow.
Exactly. Let me see what Arise just said. He just put something up here. All right, Arise just put up. Wait a minute. I pushed the wrong one.
Y'all don't forget, I want to talk about what's going on with the police and our brother.
Oh yeah, anything is possible in this situation. Trump ego is huge, so all the talk of what was that?
Here, your glasses right here.
No, all the talk of of Israel running D.C. might have got to him. See, that's what I'm saying. You know, like
Okay.
Israel, they run D.C. or whatnot. You know, that explains what I was saying though. But
Okay.
another one.
Oh yeah. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Because remember they was just saying that Trump was talking stuff about, who was it? Putin or Netanyahu, like they running him, they trying to run him.
Right.
And
Exactly.
like control him and have him do what they want to do.
Exactly.
So you make a real good point. I
Right.
forget who was it.
Right, but Arise just said if Israel starts courting China, it's on. You right.
Courting?
Courting, yeah.
Like dating courting?
Yeah.
Israel started.
Relationship,
okay, yeah.
like America and Israel was
Yeah.
before or whatnot, you
if
know.
they link up with them.
Exactly, right. It's just a matter of time
Yeah.
where they're gonna shut America out. America
Yeah.
is gonna be the fall guy.
That's what I'm
The
waiting to see.
the goddamn the throwaway.
Throwaway nigga.
Yeah, the throwaway nigga.
That's what we say about mainly black men. Were like
That's what I said about me. I ain't no throwaway nigga and shit. You know
when
what I'm
people act like they don't care about black men, or like how the police allowing black men to give them more charges and have them in jail for forever. Like that brother, they just did 44 years.
Oh
He was
my
innocent.
goodness, yeah.
They didn't give
Dang.
him no type of money, no stipend.
Man.
The white whores stood 10 toes down on their story.
Man.
He got shot in the chest
Yeah, man. That was,
by one of
man,
the
God
interrogating
damn.
officers. I mean, talk about hell on earth. But
Man.
anyway, that was all the way off subject. But anyway, that's a throwaway, nigga. That's some in-house slang that we say.
Right, but yeah, this whole thing, hopefully we gonna see, this stuff further on or whatnot. I want to see what this announcement that he gonna make.
Me too, but I can't wait for the day to everybody hate the hoe.
Yeah, you're
'Cause
right
that's
about that.
prophecy leaping off the page, even though it's happening all the time as far as prophecy being fulfilled. But that's just something that I'm really looking forward to, because the more you dig in certain algorithms, and you see different things that these people do and have done to us and our ancestors, you know, it's such a mixed emotion. You get angry, you get you feel down, you feel hurt, you feel frustrated, you feel vengeance, you know. So I just can't wait for that recompense.
All right, Brother Lindsay said they talking about how traumatized they were by the situation.
What situation?
Are you talking about the guy who got put in prison? Or are you?
Oh, I know who you talking about.
Who
You
talking
talking about them white whores, them accused, them
Oh,
lying,
yeah,
them
yeah.
lying, ratchet accusers.
He right about that. What are y'all traumatized about?
From what?
Lying on this
Because
man?
he ain't do nothing to y'all. Man.
Yeah, I know what you're
my
talking
God.
about, man. I you know what I'm saying? They
Man,
said
that
that
video, I think it had us
shit.
all
Right.
furious.
Oh yeah, we got you, Lizelle. We
I said
yeah.
the same thing. If he innocent, what is y'all traumatized about?
Right,
That's
exactly.
that pride of Esau right there.
Man, damn, they need it's something need to be done to them. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
what I'm saying, and that go back to we ain't got no might.
Right.
Can't
No.
nobody save us.
Hell no. He
Because
can't.
this brother, I mean, I'm thinking in today's time, if you get arrested, you being interrogated in some kind of way, you end up getting shot in the chest, they gonna just let you go. But I guess back then, you just take this getting shot in the chest and still do not even your time, the time that we accusing you of.
Man, they might well leave me up in there, man, after 44 years. And it came out that I was innocent. Man, I'm going ham.
No apologies.
I'm going
No,
ham.
nothing. Just it gone and get out then, nigga.
I'm going
Hey, look,
ham.
state of Mississippi
Right.
got 44 years of free labor out the deal.
Right.
That's what that remind me of.
Exactly, right. Exactly. That life or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, let me I think I got something up in here from the life.
That's just
Movie
devastating.
or not. It is,
It's
though.
you
It's
just
crazy,
want to whoop
man.
somebody. You want to delete somebody.
Yeah.
The upper room
It's crazy, man.
with
It's
the
yeah, we waiting on our big brother. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He come and get recompense for us and whatnot. That's
Yeah.
some bullshit, man. God damn.
Man, that was a blow, and it's just like everybody commenting, saying the same thing. They should be locked up. All of the police, the judge, the lawyer, everybody should get locked up. Man, y'all ain't finna do nothing.
Nothing.
If they didn't do nothing to all them people who got Emmett Till killed, then we know ain't
Right.
nothing finna happen to them heifers. And then their disposition, their demeanor, their arrogancy, like they was wrong some kind of way.
Right. But,
Because y'all mad because somebody came and exposed y'all?
right. But they got to pay for that shit. Somebody got to pay for all this shit. Emmett Till, that man who did them 44 years, you know what I'm saying? The brother who just lost his life, the 18-year-old, you know what I'm saying? And we need to talk about that, y'all.
Yeah, we need to
that
talk
might
about
that might be a minute, you know what I'm saying? We need to discuss that because, you know, as far as me reading all the comments and TikTok and Facebook and YouTube, and it's like, man, our people crazy as hell, man. Like, what the hell is wrong with our people? You know what I'm saying? It's like, god damn, y'all ain't got enough, huh? It ain't gonna, you know, get through y'all head until it happened to one of y'all family members or whatnot, man.
Yeah, because you talking about them bootlicking trustees.
Yeah, I got one on deck. You know what I'm saying? Probably gonna piss y'all off, you know, but it's like, god damn, how do our people get like this, man? You know what I'm saying? Even before the truth, maybe because I went to prison, because they locked me up and I figured out these
Okay, that's
goddamn
his name.
devils.
Rodney Hinton Jr.
Right,
38
exactly.
years old. That's the father.
Right, but let's
Not the Hodge twin. Is that the Hodge twin?
No, that's
Oh,
not.
okay.
No, but let's look at this bootlicking trustee right here. This goddamn Uncle Ruckus and shit.
Can't stand no bootlicking trustee.
Let's look at him and shit. Y'all probably gonna want to throw up. You know what I'm saying after this, but we'll be right back, y'all.
And I'm talking about the people of the melanin are upset because these cops are mugging him, upset with him, responding in solidarity because this fool killed one of their police officers. This dad, woo, Jesus, help us. This dad raised a dirtbag who was fleeing police in a stolen vehicle. He goes on they chase him out of the vehicle. He's running. They're giving him commands, telling him to drop the gun. He has a gun. Boom, boom, boom. Shooting occurs. The police are claiming that he pointed the gun at them. Dad gets access to the body-worn camera. After he watches the body-worn camera, which I would argue probably will show a justifiable shooting, he then takes his vehicle and rams into an officer who had nothing to do with this incident and kills him, and essentially also losing his life. Now, as a father, I understand the hurt, the pain it would cause you to lose your son. But at some point, you got to take accountability that you raised a boy who in a stolen vehicle with a gun in his possession. The boy's only 18 years old, so he don't have a legal right to own a gun. Now, the body camera doesn't show everything, but the body camera will show in part that there was a stolen vehicle and there was a pursuit that took place and a shooting. Roll the clip.
In the deputy's death, he was taken to University Hospital in critical condition. Hours later, the Hamilton County Sheriff's deputy dies. The CPD homicide unit investigating both the death of the deputy killed today and the death of the 18-year-old shot by police.
I can assure you, as the chief of police for Cincinnati, I will ensure you transparency and a thorough and accurate investigation.
Look like we do have a body-worn camera. Let's see. This will give me a little more clarity. Now, I'll say this. If the cops are wrong, that still doesn't give you the right to run over some random cop because you mad. And watch the full press conference. I just get emotional when I think about these men, these innocent men and women who get killed for no reason. The man just retired and he got ran over because his son wanted to be a thug. Pretty much what happens is you see him when he get out of the car, he had a gun in his hand. They show the gun on the ground in his hand. And then he takes off running. Now, some
See, I got through it, you know what I'm saying? This is crazy, man.
Even if you feel like this, I think that you should keep these type of opinions to yourself.
Exactly.
You speaking too rough on the dead. He's deceased.
Not only that, the boy was innocent. He's innocent from murder.
A lot of the things that they said initially were not true.
Exactly.
Like pointing a gun at the police.
Exactly, right.
Okay, I also want to say, just because you have a son don't mean you can understand what their father went through. Because you didn't go through it.
Nope.
And furthermore, I just think that in 2025, black people, we need to show more solidarity.
Exactly.
Because white people going to stick with theirs. They going to donate. They going to give $600,000 to a white hoe who called a little black boy a nigger.
Yep. Hell yeah.
They're going to stick together. So no matter what happened, even if you disagree with what he did, which I don't, but if you disagree with what the father did, you still shouldn't be publicly on no platform saying that, because that's that division that Esau looked for to come in between us. And there's many more like him. I done heard you listening to him, to these bootlicking trustees talking like this. Like, okay, so what? You don't agree with the father's action because that cop was technically innocent in that scenario. We don't know what type of stuff that cop did, why the Most High allowed him to be ran over, because everything is the Most High. But ultimately,
exactly, the Most High put a spirit up in his father.
Yeah, he put
that
one. Y'all go put a spirit on him, kill that one.
Right,
run
exactly.
him over right there.
Right.
You don't know what type of wickedness that specific cop did, but I just don't like when black people publicly come against each other, because you know the nations feed off that level. White people get a woody when they hear black people talk like this, because they're one on our side who kind of got some sense.
Mm-hmm.
And I just can't stand that. If I felt that way, I would say it in the privacy of my own home. I would not put on a public display for a nation divided cannot stand. And I'm so sick of us being divided over stuff. People out protesting. They tell you, black people, don't go out and protest. They don't listen. Soon as they go protest, who the first one they got in them Ziploc. What's the? I can't think of the
Ziplocs, yeah,
the
that
plastic
Ziploc,
handcuffs.
yeah.
Black women, older black women at that, because we're divided.
Yep. But I mean, the way he talked about these innocent cops and oh my goodness,
Ain't no innocent cop.
the way he was talking about, you know, melanated people is cheering him on and all that. As far as why do they got to have all the police in there for?
Right. Okay, that's another component of it. But some just hit me real quick talking about the police. Did y'all see them 4 cops from Memphis got off from Tyree Nichols?
Yeah.
They got off.
They
Brother.
got off.
Well, I ain't gonna call them brothers for beating a brother to death, but melanated or whatever we want to call them, some bootlicker trustee niggas, they got off for killing Tyree Nichols. That was a side note. But back to this, like you said, that's straight intimidation. It don't take all these police to be standing in the court. Why is that allowed?
That's what I'm
Why
saying.
is that allowed? Because they all complicit. They all in it together.
His family couldn't even be in there.
Dang.
They rushed his brother was just wanting him to see him, and the police came straight up to his brother and pulled on him like, you gotta go and shit. Man, it's like, God damn, the way we got to be toward these people. You know what I'm saying? I know it's the Most High that put these people on us, but it's like
we're tired.
We
tired of being in subjection to these devils.
Exactly right. I don't want to be.
We tired of them ruling over us.
Why would I want to be under some people that hate me, man? Why?
I ain't even did nothing.
I don't want to be around them. You know what I'm saying? Why would I want to be around somebody who hate me, man? It's goddamn have my brain so goddamn confused on our people about why y'all want to be around these people who don't like you. They hate your fucking guts. They hate your skin. They hate your hair. They hate every goddamn thing about you. And our people want to be around them.
What?
What's that?
This is Lindsay. Is witnesses saying that the dad wasn't even driving? There's so many lies in that case.
Yeah, they saying okay, because I thought I was
give that man a basket of butter biscuits. That coon doesn't know what the F he's talking about.
No,
he's
man.
He's not telling it to us. He's telling it to the palm color audience. Yeah, he want to appease master. He want them to know I'm down with y'all. I ain't with them. That's that division. I'm over here. He shouldn't have killed him. He was a retired police. If we want to say that, then we need to speak up just as loud about the police shouldn't have killed.
Right, exactly. And you're right, man. There's so many lies in this case, man. So many, man. And you got people like this man going with the lies. Everything you see, you know what I'm saying, from the media, you believe in it. You saying this shit like you was there. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't watch that goddamn video, even pictures of the video, trying to see where this young man pointed this gun at this police officer. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, you know, God damn, man, our people are gone. Give that man a basket of butter biscuits. You're right, man.
These type of stories remind me of, y'all know the old stories
right.
during like the stories right after slavery was supposedly abolished. Y'all remember how they'll have an innocent black person who allegedly did something, and then they'll like go snatch them out their house and lock them up, and sometimes black people will go and try to, you know, be at the jails to make sure they didn't kill them. And they would kind of like try to break them out of jail and stuff. And you read different stories about, you know, the whole white town coming, and now it's a little mini war or onslaught against them. I just wish that we was more unified. Even though I know Babylon got so much more technology now, they just drop bombs on people. Right. But I just wish that we was more unified behind this brother. I read that there's multiple GoFundMes, not GoFundMes, but something like a GoFundMe.
They're taking them damn GoFundMes down they got for him.
They taking his GoFundMe down So the family tried to go to like a off-brand GoFundMe. I can't think of the name of it, but they're like, it's division in the family because I guess he got a baby mama and he got a wife and he got other children, and they like the family need to get on one accord with one donation place that people could send money to support him. But like you said, a lot of people like they not finna let you donate to him, which is crazy. I mean, because you ain't even giving it to him, you're giving it to his family.
Man, there's so many goddamn
for legal fees.
It's so much shit, you know what I'm saying, that we got to unpeel. Like the dude, the young man grandfather or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Talking about he praying for the police and
what?
Yeah, I forgot to get that one. You know what I'm saying? But it's like he need to get the hell out of there. You know, look, y'all stop him from goddamn talking.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like, man, I'm telling you, man, this
because ain't no
this is
way.
unbelievable, man.
See, that's what I'm saying. That goes back to the what we was talking about earlier with people having this public platform, got these microphones in front of their mouth, saying stuff that's not unified. We got to be unified. We got to come together.
Just like them.
And it reminded me of the one we was telling Frank about. I can't think of the name of the brother, but the white police lady went up his Woking.
Right, yeah.
She went up in his apartment and shot him while he was in there, and his brother, the goddamn police,
can I hug her? Can I
the
get
judge, everybody feels sorry for this killer and want to give her sympathy and give her a Bible and be so sympathetic towards her. And I'm like, you really, Bookham Jean or something like that.
Yeah.
You really think your brother will want you to be hugging and crying and you just want to get next to a white person and sniff them? Is that what it really was?
I'd have got next to her.
We know.
And I'd have put a goddamn hell of a chokehold that they would have had to beat me unconscious to let it go.
We know what you would have
I'm telling you, man. I would have faked it out. Yeah. I just want to hug her. Could I just give her a hug? Man, I got hold of her ass. Man, for real. But I want to speak on what Brother Arias said. He said he's not telling it to us, meaning this Uncle Ruckus. He's telling it to the palm color audience. Exactly right. He bootlicking. You know what I'm saying? He dancing and you know,
shucking and jiving.
Shucking and jiving. There you go. That's what I was looking for. He's shucking and jiving for these goddamn people. And it's like, goddamn, for real.
They want that validation from these crackers. Like it's something. The Most High told us this Bible is 1,000% spot on. They want validation. They love the other nations. They love their ways, which is how we got in this position to begin with.
Right.
But that's all that's about. Validation from the other nations, being accepted by these people. You want to separate yourself. I'm not like them.
Right.
I'm with y'all. I'm one of y'all. I want to be down with y'all. I ain't with them. I don't support what he did. Okay, let's just say you don't support it. But why public? Why do you have to go on and
right,
on?
you could have stayed your monkey ass off the goddamn these platforms or whatever. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to hear that shit.
I like the way you said it better, baby.
Man, this shit got me going, you know, but I need to read these comments.
Go ahead.
You know, we got to speak on this. Brother Linzel, good old Christian, right? That's all what it is.
Who, this guy?
He got to be.
Or you the mindset?
The mindset, exactly. Brother Huey. Brother Huey said that white Jesus syndrome got our people in a spell. Exactly, right.
A straight chokehold.
Right, this guy got him in a choke. Exactly, got him in a chokehold like a mug.
They ain't even talking about the young 18-year-old who lost their life at 18.
Nothing.
Everybody
Ain't nothing.
Hyper fixated
Right.
on the damn cop.
Man, fuck him. I don't care if they can come and take this goddamn video down for me saying it, but the hell with dude, man. You know what I'm saying? May he rest in peace. Brother Rod said, now Trump trying to get rid of habeas corpus, no court if detained. So no court if detained. You know what I'm saying? And that's crazy, man. And this next video is going, you know what I'm saying, say a little bit more about what he's talking about this habeas corpus, no court if detained. So we're going to get back into this video We're going to get to this video and we'll be right back. Y'all, excuse me. I'm pissed off, man. This week I'm pissed off, man. God damn.
Well, this is an executive order. Everybody needs to watch out for this shit. Even you motherfucking white people. Especially you motherfuckers that voted that motherfucker in. Y'all peep this shit. Now, a couple of days ago, it has been written into stone. And 90 days from now, this motherfucking executive order will be unleashed. Strengthening and unleashing America's law enforcement to pursue criminals and protect innocent civilians. Now, I actually sat down and I read this motherfucker. And then I read it again. And then I read it again. But to be honest with y'all, I honestly read over that shit 10 fucking times because I was like, am I too fucked up right now? Or is me and my brain reading the same thing? Because to dumb it absolutely the fuck down, what this motherfucker is planning on doing with this executive order, they pretty much planning on unleashing the army on us. If so choose to, or if they need to be, they will send the army on us. That sounds like a little bit like martial law to me. And another thing that really tipped me off was the motherfucking law enforcement officially have whole ass immunity. Now, is this going to affect people of color? Abso-motherfucking-lutely it is. But at the exact same time, it's gonna fuck over you white people too, because we not gonna sit here and act like y'all motherfucking neighborhood is peaches and motherfucking cream. So we really gonna talk about it, white folk. I'm pretty sure this happens in y'all motherfucking neighborhood because this happens a lot in y'all fucking families, and a lot of y'all motherfuckers are silent about this shit. So let's say you have this little white, cute little family that's a die-hard dumb supporter fam. Have flags and everything like that. And a baby girl on TikTok actually pointed this shit out. So I'm just going to reiterate what she said, but I'm going to put it in mini form. Y'all heard me. So, you take a cute little family. They have a white girl or a little white boy. And let's say they out there just, you know, doing their big one. Just out there just being wild and young. Just like how they want to. They decided, and when I say they, I'm talking about the police. They decided to pull your daughter over or your son. And then they try to treat them any old kind of fucking way they want to. As in, they could possibly SA the girl. They can be on the little boy. They can be on the boy just because he just says something out of the blue. Now your kids try to report this motherfucking shit. And guess what happens? The cop gets off. While your son and your daughter gotta suffer from that motherfucking memory. And gotta suffer from motherfucking not having no goddamn justice. Who do that fucking sound like? That sound like motherfuckers that look like me go through some shit like that, right? And if you do not motherfucking believe me, like I said, I read this motherfucker 10 goddamn times, and this is exactly what the fuck I got about that shit. So you can sit there and be in disbelief and say, that's not what it thinks, that's not what it thinks. Go read it your damn self. Go ahead. Go read that shit. And then you come back and you come tell me whether or not that's not the exact same motherfucking thing that I just motherfucking said. I just put it in many terms. You heard me. So with that being said, Who going for this again?
All right, now this video didn't speak on actually what Brother Arad brought out as far as the what was it?
We get it though. We see the correlation.
Let me see. Oh, the habeas corpus. I forgot to download that video, but I know I watched it today. No court if detained. When you put that in the comments, I'm like, okay. I just looked at that today. Somebody was talking about this today, but it still corresponds with what she was talking about as far as, you know what I'm saying, him unleashing the law enforcement or whatnot to the public or whatnot.
And he did say that too during his campaign. He was talking about how much he was gonna back the blue, like how in his mind he gonna make America great, and so he's gonna bring in so much more law enforcement and push resources in that department.
Exactly, and Brother Lindsay said they're going to force us to unite. They are going to make blacks protest from violence and then unleash the military on us. Wow. I mean, I believe it, man. You know what I'm saying?
Arrest, martial law.
He not. You gotta remember. You know, Trump. He was in office when that Black Lives Matter was out, and you know, shit was getting tore up, and you know, all hell was breaking loose. You know, as far as, you know, black people wasn't buying that shit. They was out in the street, you know, doing all kind of shit. So he prepared himself for, you know, what's gonna happen when he started doing bullshit.
Yeah.
You know?
And it reminds me of what's going on with El Salvador too. Like all of this is in that same department. We ain't gotta give you no trial, no court. We can lock you up and ship you and
ship
basically
your
make
ass
you
out.
disappear.
Exactly right. It's like, you know, when they do them court procedures and all that, that's just I don't know what. It's a waste of time.
Charade.
Yeah, it's a charade. You know what I'm saying? They know they gonna lock your ass up. You know what I'm saying? When the day you get caught, they give you all them papers and let you know shit what you facing, how much time you can get. Nigga, either you take this plea.
Process.
Right. You either take this plea or you can stuff that box up, meaning you put them 12 jurors in that box. Stuff that box up and waste our time, and we gonna give you the high end of you know, we gonna give you the max. You know what I'm saying? So
You're right about that. They drag everything out. You know, unlike other countries, but they drag out the sentence, and like you said, they know what they gonna do.
Right.
They ain't that backed up in these court cases.
Right, exactly, because, you know, like in the feds or whatever, they got one witness against you, that's your ass. They got one witness against you, the feds got a 98% conviction rate. You know what I'm saying? Even though a lot of people, you know, they plead out, that's why the conviction rate's so high, but, you know what I'm saying, they throw all this evidence and throw some people at you. Oh yeah, well, we got confidential 1, you know, testifying against you, and confidential 2 testifying against you. Matter of fact, we got confidential 3, meaning they got 3 people that they ain't letting you know who they is, you know, until till y'all go to court and they point your ass out. You know, you don't know who it is. So it's like, damn, who I done messed with and who I done dealt with, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, they got me. I ain't trying to do no 25, or I ain't trying to do no life. You know what I'm saying? So I might as well go ahead and take this 10 years. I might as well go ahead and take this 5 years and shit. You know, it's a trip, man. It's a trip.
It's a evil, wicked nation.
Exactly, right. You know, that was my first time going to prison, and that was my only time going to prison. And I had a Fed case, and I said, these bitches will never get me again. They won't get me ever again. I'm not gonna do it. And they said you either gonna come out a better criminal, or you gonna be back up in that mud.
But you neither.
I'm neither, but you know what I'm saying? I've took chances on some things or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Like holding them,
You ain't have to. Or
I'm just saying though, but you know, I've took some, you know, some chances or whatever, where, you know what I'm saying, just going somewhere to us, you know what I'm saying, me just going somewhere with it.
Doing too much.
I'm just but
because it wasn't a necessity.
It's always a necessity when in my environment.
Okay, baby.
It's always a necessity. Why?
You're right.
Yeah. Man, but man, it's crazy though.
These
you know
some
what I'm
devils.
saying? Yeah, they some
They
devils,
want to have
man.
this is a witch hunt with this brother.
Exactly.
Brother
right.
Rodney Hinton.
Yeah.
And you know, I despise everything about Babylon, and I can't wait till the Most High free all of our people from out of that what does the Spirit call it? That drunkenness.
Exactly. But this is a video of, you know, one of them saying what they would have did if it was their son.
A lot of white people are in agreement with this.
Right, but let's listen to what he got to say though.
All right, so I want to talk about the situation with Rodney Hinton Jr. real quick. If you don't know who Rodney Hinton Jr. is, it is this man right here. Now, if you don't know the story of what is going on with Mr. Hinton here, basically, police were looking for a stolen vehicle. Upon finding said stolen vehicle, 4 people ran out of said vehicle after they were found sleeping in it. One of them were Mr. Hinton's son. Now, police claimed that while chasing down Mr. Hinton's son, that his son turned around and brandished a firearm, pointing it at the officer, which the officer responded by firing 4 shots at his son. Afterwards, Rodney Hinton Jr. and his wife went down to the police station to kind of get some clarity and some closure and watch the police cam body footage. Upon watching said body footage, they found that what the officer had claimed was not true, and in fact, their son did not brandish a firearm, and the police officer had shot their son in the back 4 times. Later, in a blinded rage, Rodney Hinton Jr. ran down and crashed his car into a sheriff's deputy. My only critique of Mr. Rodney Hinton Jr.'s actions was that he didn't run down the police officer who shot his son. However, to give a slight caveat, if I was in his shoes, I probably would have made the exact same decisions he made. Because as a white man, I do not know what it is like to have the system systemically target people who look like me. As a father, if someone had gunned down my child, I would be targeting the entire system.
Man, I'm lost for words right now because, you know what I'm saying, as far as dude and him saying that he brandished the gun, you know, at the officer or whatnot, this man, this pink booty or whatever, said that, you know, his father, why he can't take the account of what his father said. As far as he's seen on the tape, on the video, that his son did not brandish that gun. Now, this white man, he going off of what his father said. And I'm going off what his father said too. Other than, you know what I'm saying, what they putting out there. We know they lie. Come on now. What the hell is this damn Uncle Ruckus dude talking about, man?
Right. He brandished a gun at y'all. Then he turned around and ran because you shot him in the back.
Right. Come on, man. Come on, man. That just don't.
And where is the gun?
And where's the first shot off? You know what I'm saying? Because you know they're gonna say they fear for their life. When they say they fear for their life, oh, they getting off.
That's the go-to phrase.
They getting off. I fear for my life. You right. That's the go-to phrase. That's the go-to phrase even for people who got off on self-defense. Oh, I fear for my life. You know what I'm saying? But, man, come on, man.
I believe all of this is the Most High. He's letting these type of things happen because you still got a lot of people like that Boolican trustee you just showed.
Who need his ass whooped.
Use your powerful hand. Let's whoop this nigga's ass.
And they don't want to let go of these people. So the Most High got to drive it in and drill it in and just
Right.
continue to use them to show us what
Exactly.
time it really is.
Exactly.
Because white people could be in the wrong.
God
They
damn.
gonna come together. Law. You got the stove on, don't you?
But I got to put this. But let me read Lindsay. I can't put it up right now. I came up out of
The app.
the app or whatnot. But let me read what he said though. Lindsay said, "I heard the vehicle wasn't even stolen. It was out for repo." Exactly right. I was just telling my wife about that. They was back on. They was behind on some payments or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And that's what then came out too. You know, but the media want to have it. Oh, this was a stolen car. And again, a stolen car don't mean a death sentence.
Execution.
God damn. Let me read this other comment. Lindsay said, if it was a felony stop, why didn't they just surround the vehicle while they were sleeping? Exactly, man. It's so many scenarios that you can go off of as far as this man should still be breathing. You know what I'm saying? But no, you got people in comments, they want to justify what the goddamn police did, and he should have complied, and man, fuck them, man. They gotta comply with them all the time. They ain't always fucking right, man.
Right. Compliance don't mean your life gonna be spared.
Right, man. Right, man. And I'm telling you, man, it's so many nasty ass comments, you know what I'm saying, on how they think about our people and all that shit, man. Ain't no turning back with me. You ain't never got to worry about me boot licking and kissing ass and all that stuff, man. I'ma hold my goddamn head just like that, just like that father or whatnot. Like I hate y'all, man.
Me too. And the white man made a good point. It's the system is against you. Because why do y'all have to lie and say a stolen vehicle? Why y'all can't tell the truth? Because classic America. The victim, if the victim is black, we got to make everything about you look like you the devil.
Exactly. I'm getting too amped up because I'm saying stuff that they probably gonna flag us or whatever. But I don't give a shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Give us a motherfucking strike.
I don't
what?
care
I
about
don't give a
YouTube
shit.
flaggers, but I care about what you got
Oh
going
yeah,
on.
I mean yeah, but it's like it's hard not to, you know, get riled up
It is.
and you know, it's just like god damn.
And
This
it's
is
just
crazy.
the beginning.
And then our people, the one who make this shit worse, man. It's like god, for real.
We should all be rallying against him. It should be this Ohio, so it should
Right.
be plenty of black people outside the jails in solidarity.
This is the same goddamn city where the police had escorted them Nazi or whoever they was and shit that was on that bridge.
Oh, yeah.
And our people was trying to get them, and they helped them get out of there with the U-Haul. This the same city, Cincinnati,
A
Ohio.
racist city.
Right. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So man, you know, it's like, man, it's just unbelievable how our people act. You know what I'm saying?
I agree with you. This is a little separate, but I was watching some TikToks about how most major cities or like towns in these states, the rivers, like you know how every city or town got like a nice sized river or lake. Most
Right.
of them are man-made, and what was there before that was a thriving black community that was destroyed and drowned and covered in water. I was watching different TikToks about like people feeling like they haunted, but different lakes that were created because the white people, which includes the police departments, destroyed these thriving black towns. You know, so the surviving black people had to flee, you know, go set up shop, start over somewhere else. But they destroyed everything and then just covered it in water and called it some lake and make it seem like it's some, you know, local treasure. But really, It's Rosewood. And so, and in the comments, people were listing like the same story, but in their town, in their state, Lake such and such, this reservoir, this area. What it really is underneath that is bodies, of course, in a buried town.
Wow.
And that was just so devastating to me.
Yeah, it's all, you know. Shit. Well, y'all, we're gonna go on and get up out of here. We're gonna shut it down. We appreciate y'all for stopping through. Appreciate y'all comments and thoughts and, you know, interacting with the chat. Brother Huey, Brother Linzel, Brother Araya, you know, the other people that's watching that didn't comment, we appreciate y'all for stopping through and, you know, vibing with us and whatnot. Shout out to the replay gang, you know, who's gonna watch this afterwards. You know, I am Linzel, man. I'm
he
a
done
cool
got
off,
too
man.
upset. You know, this is fresh.
It
and
is,
it's very
man.
upsetting. Y'all know, in case y'all, I don't know if y'all know or not, but my husband has experienced the loss of a child.
Exactly, right. Yeah. And not only that.
Young in this age group.
Right. And not only that, you know what I'm saying? We got a son in America now. You know, that's 20 years old. And man, I'm telling y'all this, man. You know what I'm saying, man? You know, something happened to my son like that, man. Y'all can just write me off, man. You know what I'm saying? Just you know, like, you know what I'm saying? I can't sit around. I can't tell my daughter or, you know, his little brother, my son, that something happened to his brother and ain't nothing I can do about it. I wouldn't even be able to live with myself.
That helpless feeling.
Exactly. You know,
Same thing.
Y'all already know. I ain't gonna say
Same thing with
nothing,
this
man.
brother here. That's probably how he felt. Like,
Right.
I'm not about to be that parent
Right.
that's just gonna take this.
Exactly.
I want vengeance, and we completely
Exactly.
understand. We sympathize with this brother.
Exactly. Right, man. Right. There's people talking that, you know what I'm saying, ain't experienced nothing like this.
Right.
You got to experience this to know what's going on in this man's head. You know what I'm saying? I never heard of a parent watching a video of their son getting killed. This is my first time ever hearing that. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I had to like put myself in that man's shoes to see his son actually get shot in the back while he was running away. Nah, man, that's something different. That's something different right there. You can't, you know, justify that or anything, man, you know. So, you know, now we're going to go on and get out of here. We appreciate y'all. We'll be here next week, same time, Most High willing. All praise to the Most High, Yahweh. You know,
All praises.
we want to pray for that brother too. What's his name? Rodney Hill. You know, we want to pray for him. And we want to pray for his son, you know what I'm saying? His whole family or whatnot. Let's give a prayer for them, you know, before we go to sleep tonight. And, you know, keep that man in our prayers or whatnot. So, yeah, appreciate that too, Linzel, man. We really appreciate that.
Thank y'all for the support as always. Thank y'all for being a part of the chat. Y'all know some of these things that go down in the earth is not easy to deal with.
Right, exactly.
Because for us, just like y'all, just because we don't know him don't mean we're not affected by it.
Exactly. Man, I feel like it was, you know what I'm saying, one of my babies, you know what I'm saying? That's how people should be thinking.
Every time the police take one of our young brothers and sisters, we feel anger, we feel sorrow,
Yeah.
we feel frustration because these are our people, and that's how we supposed to feel.
Exactly.
It's a time to mourn. It's a time to be sorrowful.
It's some the Most High ain't dealing with you if you not feeling some
Right.
type of way about that.
That whole that's them
Yeah.
mindset
Oh.
a lot of our people have.
That's my people. That's why I had to tell that goddamn Jeremy dude, you know, when I was on the roof, he was talking about well, it's only so many people getting, you know, killed or whatever by the police, you know, and I'm like, shit, that one enough for my people?
Yep, because we was telling some of our friends here, you know, because they don't know. And
Right.
We was telling them about what's going on. Like, this is a big case in America, and we was letting them know, like, just because you don't know them, don't mean that you don't sympathize with what they going through. We supposed to mourn together and rejoice together. And right now, it's a time of mourning for our people because this is two lives, a father and son,
Right.
on
Exactly.
top of the family.
Exactly, yeah. But Lindsay, I know who you was talking. I know you was talking about my son that's in the United States. That you know, pray for his protection. You gonna pray for? I know who you was talking about.
Man,
Yeah.
I think about it and I have to stop thinking about it because, you know, he say he coming, but it's no real steps towards that.
Y'all
And
know how them youngins is, you know.
we the type of parents, we want you to live your life and make your own choices, even though we tell them the path and we told him we want him here with us. But, you know, I don't even know if he know about this case or not. We haven't spoken to him, I don't think, since this happened, but we appreciate that because we praying for him too. We pray the Most High give him the mindset to go on and leave Babylon now. He might as well.
Facts, exactly. So we're gonna go and get up out of here, man. Again, appreciate that, Linzel, Rye, Brother Huey. We'll be seeing y'all next week or whatnot.
Most High
Well, you know, me and Linzel, we on Facebook. We always, you know, going back and forth on different, you know, stuff that we post.
And thank you
Make-
to
make
Orion. He
comments.
always emailing us.
Right, yeah,
with
right. He
things,
stayed
keeping us
right.
current with what's going on because
We
we
was-
can't cover everything. So
Exactly, right.
we appreciate all your emails.
Right. So with that being said, we're gonna go and get up out of here, y'all. Shalom. We hope y'all have a blessed, you know, Shabbat or whatever, you
Dang, I
know.
wanted to read some scripture.
And we appreciate y'all for stopping through. Again, so we're gonna get up out of here, y'all.
Shalom. I forgot about my scriptures. We got sidetracked. It would have been